Welcome to another episode of Data Dialogues, where we dive deep into the fascinating world of data formats, methodologies, and the opinions surrounding them. Today, we're shining the spotlight on a format that often gets criticized, but remains a beloved staple in data management: CSV, or comma-separated values. So let's kick things off. You've probably come across those articles claiming that CSV is dead, right? Those pieces often praise obviously superior formats like Parquet or JSON, but is that really the complete picture? I think we need to take a moment to appreciate why CSV has stood the test of time. First off, let's talk about simplicity. The very essence of CSV is wrapped up in its name: comma-separated values. It's so straightforward that you could explain it to someone in under a minute. And sure, the specification may be a bit stretched, but really, how complex can it be? You separate values with commas, and each new line signifies a new row. You can even quote values when they contain commas. I mean, given that simplicity, who hasn't been able to whip up a CSV without even knowing it? And now, the beauty of CSV is in its ownership, or rather lack thereof. No single entity controls it. It exists as a collective idea, a free format that anyone can use without dealing with the red tape of licensing or ownership issues. It's democratized data at its best. Plus, it's plain text, which is crucial. CSV files can be opened in any text editor without the need for specialized software. This means you can dive into a file and actually read or even edit it right away. How many data formats can boast that kind of accessibility? Now let's get a bit technical. Have you ever thought about how streamable CSV files are? You can read CSV data row by row with minimal memory usage. Imagine trying to do that with some of the column-oriented formats out there. They can be cumbersome, requiring buffering or jumping around in the data. So if you're dealing with really large data sets, CSV offers a level of efficiency that's hard to match. But CSV isn't without its quirks. Sure, it can be a little tricky if you're trying to access specific columns quickly since you have to read whole rows, yet it shines again when it comes to appending new data. It's incredibly easy to just add more rows to a CSV file. Can't say the same for a lot of those newer formats, can we? Then there's the flexibility element of CSV, which might come off as a double-edged sword. It's dynamically typed, letting you interpret data how you want, which is fantastic. It may just save you from those pesky issues arising from data type mismatches across programming languages. But this does come with its pitfalls if you're not careful. And you've got to appreciate the succinctness of CSV. Having headers only once at the top cuts down on repetitive data, making the file smaller and faster. If you've ever worked with JSON or XML, you know the overhead can really stack up quickly. Here's a fun fact. Did you know that a reversed CSV file is still valid? That's essentially due to the way CSV handles quote escaping. This means you can read and parse the last rows of a CSV file without sifting through the entire dataset. Talk about efficiency when resuming an interrupted data process. Before we wrap up, let's touch on this last point: Excel's complicated relationship with CSV. It seems oddly fitting. If a mainstream application struggles with a format, maybe it's because CSV is just doing something right. So we've seen that while newer formats each offer their unique advantages, there remains a steadfast and charming utility in CSV that deserves recognition. It's not just about being flashy, it's about functionality, accessibility, and versatility. As we sign off today, I'd love for you to think about your own experiences with CSV. Have you found it to be more helpful than those high-tech alternatives? Or maybe you have a funny anecdote about dealing with CSV, FI,